Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Switching Lanes, our channel. Oh, this has been a trying time, so I hope that everybody out there is staying safe, taking care of their families, and everything is coming your way that you need to get through this trying time. But on a less serious note, here we are, we have finally come back to the Mercedes 300E. It has taken a long time for me to get back to this, because we were waiting on the sunroof, as I've said in other videos, and we've decided let's just use the parts that we already had and try and move on a little bit. And when things die down a little bit and weather's starting to get warmer now, it won't be so hard to go to the junkyard and hopefully finish off that sunroof. But for right now, we're going to start with the rest of the interior in the car with what we have and move on from there. So with that being said, I'm not going to wear you down too much. Just remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please share the video with everybody. Make sure you watch the whole thing through because it counts. Every little bit counts. So here we go. Now. So we're going to jump right in and we're going to do the front floor mats. Hopefully everything goes smooth. We're going to do the front floor mats. There's going to be carpet that goes against the console side. There's also a piece of carpet that goes against the door side. And then you got your main mat that lays in. This was not nearly as easy as I originally intended it to be. I probably would have done it already, to be honest with you, if it was going to go super smooth. But we're going to do both sides and then we'll move on to the next part from that. Okay. So this is your front mat. It's not brand new, not anything, but it is OEM. I bought these on eBay. And what I want you to see is it's molded to the floor. That's probably a little bit of sound dampening for the outside of the vehicle and also probably comfort. But with that mold, it has to fit the floor pan in the car. And I had some extra plastic that I actually had to remove because this obviously didn't come from the exact model, but it's overall the same thing. And I think as they update the model, they go along and they plus and minus little parts here and there. And so I actually had to remove an extra piece of plastic off of the wiring harness. In my version of this car, nothing was in this little box. It's hollow. There was nothing in it. It was probably there for another model or something else, another option in the car that was never put in the car. But I had to remove that so that this mat would actually fit there. So let's go ahead and do that. The one thing. Okay, so I kind of got it jammed in there temporarily quick. I just wanted to make sure that everything's lining up good now. It pretty much is. But first, to actually make this more of a permanent thing, number one, we have to put the piece that goes there and the piece that goes here. They kind of rest under the main mat a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and pull this back out. And then we'll start with each side. We're gonna spray a little bit of glue to kind of hold it in because the actual clips that go in this are ancient, they're old. These little clip holes, they're old and they get brittle really easily. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use some 3M adhesive spray and not too heavy in case I ever need to get it out, but just enough to hold everything in place. And once everything's snapped down, it should look good. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Pull this back out. All right, this is our first quick piece of carpet. It's gonna go right here in place. Make sure it stretches out. Let's go along the line, so let's get some adhesive. Try my best to at least make it look good. So we're gonna spray this spray on the underside of this, and we're gonna stick it to it. And I don't think it'll truly bond for probably until overnight, I would say, but we'll spray this and it'll allow us to move on. Just gonna spray the surface real well. It's just basically spray glue. If anybody's not familiar with that, it's just glue in a can. All right, let's go ahead and put this in place. Try and get these bubbles out of it. All right, we're gonna call that good. Okay, so we're on to the next piece. I got glue on me already. Working on cars is not clean. I mean, I'm thankful I don't have like tons of oil on my hands, but oh, my wife just dreads it. She does. And that's why she stays on that side of the camera. She don't want nothing to do with dirt on this. We're gonna go ahead and put this. This is the piece of carpet that actually rests against the center console area. It carpets the inner side of the well here. We're gonna slide this, we'll put some glue on, slide this into place. And then after that, we should be able to drop the main mat in. And we might be able to call this good for this side. So here, let's see what happens. I think we'll be all right. I just want to make sure it sticks. I don't think I'll have too much problem, but I just want to be thorough about it. All right, let's slide this in place. Should go right underneath here. And then you see your piece actually line up and pop in place with the vent right here. You push this back and you can see there's a cutout for where your mat's gonna snap in, and everything is fitting nice and snug. So that looks pretty good. I'm happy. Do I think it's perfect? No. I say that a lot because I don't want expectations to be super high, but I think it looks good. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to the main mat. When I drop that down, for all intents purposes, it should look somewhat finished, even though everything above it has so much further to go. But we'll go from there with my glue on the shirt, so you'll know through the rest of the video, yep, there's his glue. Oh well. So anyway, here we go. Smooth. There we go, there we go. Okay. We got our snap lined up. That sounds like a snap to me. All right, this is all lined up. Now, I would say on a side note, as we pan back, there is a panel that goes here. This empty space over here does not just continue to look empty. It's a plastic panel. So I'm starting with the carpet first, but there's a plastic panel that goes there, and I'll address that here when the time is right, momentarily. We got one cord that has to snap into place behind the pedal. And when I do that, this is officially pretty much done, I'd say. There we go. Okay. All right. That's not wanting to stay in place. Okay. Well, the carpet was giving me the flux on that thing back there, but I pushed it out the way and it finally clicked in place. So, our front driver's side carpeting appears to be done, but we're gonna move on from here and go ahead and do the other side. And probably not gonna show as many specifics. We're probably just gonna get it done and then film afterwards. And because you don't need to see the same things over and over again, unless there's something that's completely unique that I'll show, but other than that, it's the same process to do the other side. Actually, if you ask me, I think it might be a little easier. So we'll go with that, okay. Speaker wires, there's a lot fewer wires that go to the radio. This light actually goes in the bottom of this to light this up. There's a hole down there that will light up that right there. And then I believe there's another light hanging over there that actually is supposed to light this thing up. See how it's wired and everything? That's why I have to get a new vent and get that out. I just popped this back in before you came outside because I had that whole hose off, but it's just like the other side to line up with the vents. Same thing on this side. Slide this into place. There's a lot less going on this side. I like that. would be helpful if that sticks. I'm not sure what that wire is. I forget. I'm sure when the time comes, I'll remember it. There's that. All right. That plate is not, or it's not even a plate, it's just a plastic cover up some other things. That's not on the other side, obviously, because you got the pedals and everything. All right, there's that. Clip here. Things used to be clean. When I vacuum them again, it's like they're magnets for that stuff. There you go. Two sides done. Okay, so we've come back over to this side just basically to finish this up for the day. We'll definitely have much more coming because there's much more to fix. But as you can see, we got the mats in. We got the full floor and the two sides in on both sides. Gonna put these plastic pieces in, probably show that as part of a future video. Not a big deal. We just decided to go ahead and end this one on that note, but we got the carpet in. There is no more carpet to put in. So with that being said, I don't want to give any preview of what the next part's going to be because we don't know for sure yet, but I can tell you with one clue that I got to take this off. And the way you're going to do that is by taking this out. So apparently it needs a tap from behind. I thought I had that covered. Anyway, we'll be taking the steering wheel off. We got a steering column cover to replace. And then we're going to get a new dashboard that isn't white, or shall I say something covered in white shelf paper. So we'll have a nice new, well, not new, but you know what I mean, black dashboard to put in and all the other pieces that go with it. So stay tuned with us till the next episode. Stay safe out there. And this is Chris with Switching Lanes. Till next time.